So, Brandon, let's go ahead and talk about everybody's favorite part, the hauls. What did you bring home? And of course, we kicked Dion off, as you put it best.
We hauled them off.
Hauled them off.
Yeah.
I love funny jokes.
So, just to start this off with the haul of how I got my money for said haul, I'm a married man.
Kidney? Oh.
And I was the one that organized the hotel room for my friends.
Okay.
So a lot of my friends decided they were going to pay me back cash only because I told them cash only for paying me back for the room. And my wife does not see cash that goes in my pocket.
And apparently she also doesn't watch our podcast.
Well, honey, I'm sorry. So there may have been maybe $100 as a budget set that went on the card, and then a few more $100 spent in cash of stuff on the side. But I spent probably $240 at the Monument Hobby booth.
Oh, you bought some paints.
Yeah, I bought they come out with expansion sets. So I bought an expansion set number 4 because I haven't had that yet. I bought 3 other colors that I've just been running out of. Titanium white. I think they got the best white paint out there. I bought 2 washes. I bought a terrain mix for basing compound. I like their brush cleaner. I think their unicorn poop brush cleaner is some of the best brush cleaner out there. And I bought 2 sets of brushes. I brought a sable brush set. For those that are just quick and dirty rundown, there's sable brushes and synthetic brushes. Sable being made out of horsehair, synthetic being made of synthetic material. I like sable brushes because the oils in the horsehair help with water-based paints and the wicking and blah, blah, blah. Go watch a YouTube video.
Sorry to hear this.
Well, yeah, we don't. I mean, watch someone well more informed than I am about the science of it. But I do enjoy the sable brushes.
There's a boulder dash on that.
Cool. And you could, that's why I enjoyed that. I got a 0, a 1, a 2, and a 3, which is like the very tiny 1 horsehair brush to a fairly sizable miniatures painting brush.
So you got the mini horse and the
1 hair club
and the Clydesdale.
Yeah, full Clydesdale on the end, and then got a couple dry brushes. You obviously being an avid miniature painter already know what a dry brush is.
I am a very avid miniature brush painter buyer.
Yep. And then I got a case. I got that cool case sitting over there too. This holds a bunch of paints. You could
It'd be cool if you had it to show everybody.
Yeah.
And with the magic of editing, Brandon, you now have the case.
Yeah, I had this case. So Monument Hobbies case, which is tailored to people that paint maybe for a company or paint a lot. A little Monument logo. It's got your own business card, so you could have your business cards to show people. Couple different pockets. Some of them I like. Wet palette station, brush station, spaces for all of your paints, and then underneath the film insert for all of your paints.
They're not going to see this.
One sec. You have inserts for all your models. You have inserts for another paint station.
Is that a googly eye that just fell on the table?
Yeah, it's a little base.
Oh.
But like I could store my current painting project in here. I can store all the paints for it in there. Everything is in one-stop shop. It's an amazing thing. It was like $60. It was in and out. They did not have to sell me on this. It was great. Put this together while
that was part of your $100
$200.
No, your $100 allowance.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Anything else you get?
I had my faction come out.
Yes, you
at the
did.
GS booth. So I did spend.
Did you have to buy your own faction?
No, but I bought all the upgrades. All the factions allies with other factions in the world.
I was gonna have to have a talk with DGS if they made you buy your own faction.
No. I got my faction.
I was gonna say
part of the.
We need to see some elbows dropped if you don't get a freebie of what you made.
No. Everything's fine with that. I did get a copy of them. It was great. I got another copy professionally painted. which is also very good. The professional painter, Jeffrey Wing, did an amazing job. Shout out to him. And then, yeah, that's my haul. Between DGS and Monument Hobbies, I blew way too much money. Then I walked around and talked to a bunch of people, saw some stuff. But I kind of went in there. This is my 8th Adepticon. I went in there knowing which booths I wanted to hit, where I was going to spend my money, and just boom, laser focus.
Yeah.
Get done.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think as somebody who went for the first time to Adepticon, just like the problem I had with the Gen Con last year is the first time it's hard not to just get so swept up in everything because it's all new. It's so exciting. You've never seen so many of these things before. So that FOMO kicks in of like, oh, I got to get these things right away. So my haul was a little bit more substantial just because it was my first one. But I ended up at Artis Opus. I did get a set of brushes that was put together by, and I'm going to blank on the YouTuber's name, but they actually made a specific set from this YouTuber. And it's a paint YouTube channel. And they put together a series of brushes that they kind of call like their starter brushes. So it had a 0, 1, a 2, and then it had 2 scale sizes of dry brushes. So it had a kind of a smaller tip and then a larger tip. Not their largest, which would be more for terrain.
Yeah, the makeup brush, dry brush.
Yep,
yeah.
Exactly. So then it came with a set of cleaner and then a set of wax in this really nice oak box that they put together. So it's kind of almost like a little showpiece too. So, but really excited to get those out. Table War games that I mentioned in the Adepticon video where we talked about the vendors. I actually bought a couple play mats, one for Marvel Crisis Protocol and one for Warhammer. I'd more so just wanted to support their business, honestly, just because of what they're doing with the autistic community and their charity that they're running. So more of it, honestly, was just trying to support them for what they're doing. But excited, brought those home. I got kind of a board game snapships. Got that for my son. It's like Legos meets X-Wing. Played it with some friends at night, and it was surprisingly enjoyable. There was more to it than I expected, but the guy I played was a champion X-Wing player, so I lost on turn 3, and then I smashed my Legos in pieces, like Godzilla on a building, and everything went all over the hotel lobby. May have had a few alcoholic drinks, adult beverages, kids show. So it was a good time though.
Okay, yeah. Fair.
Then the thing that I think I was the most excited about, and I had to order it because they were sold out at Adepticon, but while I was at the Atomic booth, they had the battery-powered air compressors for airbrushes. And I have like a big tank, and I have a nice Iwatawa paintbrush, the Eclipse airbrush, but I never use them because it's such a burden to get them out, set everything up, use it, then put it away. And usually when I have time to do hobby stuff, it's late at night, I'm exhausted. So this was really cool because I was able to, basically you just screw your airbrush right on top of the little compressor. And it gets about 22 PSI, so it's not going to be something we're going to do like laser focused detailing. It's not going to have enough power for that. But for basic base coating or light effects or just general simple airbrushing, it's more than powerful enough. And
where are you doing your not airbrushing with your Iwata?
It's in the basement.
Got it.
So I
notoriously known for great ventilation.
Well, so I do have a airbrush vent that I got off of Amazon.
Yep. Right back into the room?
Nope.
Okay.
I bought a. Now, see, this is the Brandon I know right here. So I do have a plastic piece. We live in Michigan, so it's cold in the winter. So then what you do is you take the 5-inch exhaust pipe out of the air ventilator, and I pop it right on there, and it's a plastic piece. So it closes the window that's opened, and then it shoots it right out the window.
Got it.
So
do you notice any color spurts on the snow when you're doing your not airbrushing?
No, because I don't airbrush.
Got it.
But I will now because I have this new really cool compressor.
Cool. Did you get on your WizKids paints or whatever What were those paints? Did you
No,
get any?
I have all the Vallejo airbrush paints.
Ah, got it. All the way. Got it. Okay, yeah, they make decent airbrush paints. They're good enough to go through an airbrush.
God. So, anyways, I was really excited about the air compressor, Brandon. And then let's lead into the paints that I'm super excited about. Turbo Dork.
I think Turbo Dark makes good paints for what they are.
Yeah, no, and they are phenomenal for adding really neat, unique looks and effects to paints and miniatures. So I'm really excited. I got several of them to highlight. I got a really neat bronze that has some little flex to it to just give it a little extra pizzazz. I got like this midnight color, which kind of very popular in the 3D printing world, kind of fades from like that blue to purple look with some real shine to it. So some unique things that, probably sit there for a while, but when you find the right thing or, maybe like a D&D monster or something you want to paint, I think they'll be really, really interesting for that. Got some Necron dice, which are impossible to find.
And impossible to read, but they're great.
Well, they aren't impossible. No, not the ones with the weird slants in them.
Oh,
but
like the actual like black and green.
Yeah, the standard Warhammer dice, which are like a cream color with like the green.
Fair. I thought you got the slant.
No.
Like, oh, I rolled. You check your hieroglyphic chart. A walnut.
No, I didn't get the fancy. I didn't get the fancy one. I got the base ones, so I can play with my combat squad of Necrons that I do have now, and my son. I got him the Space Marine set, the blue ones, so that way when we play with the combat squads that we have, we'll be able to have dice, which is, I'm told, an important part of Warhammer. And the last thing, honestly, was just Star Wars Unlimited. That was heavily played, and I was there with a bunch of guys who were playing Legion in the World Championships. In fact, one of the guys there was in the top 10 in the world for Legion, and I got a chance to play him in Legion. And as you can imagine, it didn't go well for me as I'd played Legion once before, and I was absolutely wiped off the map. So I wouldn't consider a win on Legion in my hall of things taken home. So with that, we'll kind of wrap up, Brandon. What was, as you walk away, we close Adepticon 2024, what would you say, I think for you it's pretty easy, best moment of Adepticon and the most memorable moment?
Rough. So best moment of Adepticon, I have to be pretty vague about this, but I'm working on a project that is a game, and I, for the first time, got to see people playing my design and enjoying it, and seeing something I've worked so hard on in people's hands, and them being like, oh, you could do this, and this is so fun, and like, oh, and then you see the light go on and the click in them, and like, oh, I'm building this engine, and you're like, yeah, because I thought of that engine, like that's my idea, like, and that was the highlight. Even better than like winning the tournament. Like winning the tournament was great and all, but I mean that it's gonna sound really bad when the person who came in second heard me say that, but like
winning and beating you was okay, but yeah, still not the best part.
That was the best part. How about you?
I would say one of my favorite parts of Adepticon was on Team Day for Warhammer.
Okay. 4-man team day or 2-man team day?
The 4-man team day.
That's a great day.
Because it's Sunday, and I think what the hard part for somebody like me is I'm not emotionally connected to any of the games, which sometimes makes these conventions a little difficult to thoroughly enjoy because it really is about playing games. That is what makes this thing shine more than anything else. Sure. And with that said, for somebody who doesn't have a connection to any of those games, it can sometimes be kind of difficult to walk away, feel really connected to it. But seeing everybody so passionately dressed up, and I have a video of these guys who were dressed in their Chaos Army, and it was like full body red. They put red all over their kids. I hope they're not allergic to dyes.
Yeah, Kenny, you rocked it this year.
Oh, you know them.
I know 2 of the 4 of them.
Okay. And then the one guy, and I wish I had a picture of this guy, but the guy that was like in the full
Space Marine costume. Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel for him because basically he's playing a game by telling a guy to move his pieces where he wants them to move because he's a full 1.5 feet above the board with combat gloves on, and he's just crushing his miniatures, trying to move them on the field.
Fat head and a little guy. But I think that kind of stuff, it shows the passion people have for games, and that's what it's really all about. And when you can kind of have that nerd release with people that you love and care about because you're playing together as a team, at least you like them before you start playing. I just think that's awesome. Like, that's what it's about. And
the nerd release. You heard it here, guys. It's all about the nerd release.
the nerd release
with your friends.
Yeah. So your best overall moment then?
Watching people play my game.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
No, well, there you go. So with that, then we'll go. Jeez, oh, peace.
Too much nerd release.
Too much nerd release. Brain dead. Nerd release. So with that said, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So this has been Adepticon 2024. And again, Brandon, congratulations on your world championship in Free Blades. And we'll look forward to Adepticon 2025. And of course, for all of you out there, because he really is one now, champions never stop playing.